After Paul succumbs to madness, we see the hunting camera one last time as it finally captures what's been running around in the woods. It bears a striking resemblance to the cracked mask we saw in the hidden frames from before. There really was something in those woods with them. The men had been right all along. I don't know how much further into these tapes I can dig. The screams, the mountain, the thought forms. It's too much for me.
You have to keep going.
Why? Why should I care about the truth if it's...
Better to be aware and afraid than to be ignorant. Better to see the threat coming than to be stabbed down.
I guess so.
I'll continue. I'll leave.
What? You wouldn't do that to me. You couldn't. I wouldn't let you.
Of course I could. Nothing could be easier.
Fine. I'll keep going. Just stay. Please. The next tape, Back to Normal, features a news report that was delivered after a series of break-ins. I initially assumed that these were the same break-ins that we saw back in Unexpected Visitors, but once we start to put together a timeline, you'll see that that doesn't really make sense. For now, the news anchor tells us that the authorities have confirmed that the attacks were carried out by an anti-American militia group. That's a lot more normal than I was expecting. The police have already arrested several of those involved, and it seems like safety is returning to the mountain. What? Sure County. The broadcast of the next tape. Old, odd ends, but notice that text that flashed across the screen. It appears to be from an interview with a man named Jim Milgren. These events are only the tip of the iceberg, says Jim Milgren, a former police officer who now works as a private investigator and hosts a radio show centered around government transparency and accountability. There are horrifying reports of people, healthy, grown adults, becoming deformed, growing extra limbs, teeth growing out of their scalp, people developing severe mental conditions or even sicknesses doctors have never seen. Clearly, the edits were not just on the tape that we have, but also on the original broadcast itself. The station must have been hijacked. The producers are furious. An event like this actually ruined a station. But the CIA is looking into the incident. It should be pretty clear to you that this issue goes well over the heads of the executives at the TV station. The voice of the Semiodyne security system interrupts the video to notify us that the file we're watching has been deleted from the system entirely. That's weird. Stranger still, we accidentally end up accessing an anomaly. The computer's own admission should not exist, does not exist.
Are you sure you wish to proceed? Opening call.
You know, it's very reassuring, text-to-speech, that something's wrong. The file itself contains the personal log of Arnold Rivers, an archaeologist who excavated the ruins within Mount Greylock. This particular report is involving Paul Morelli and the on-site crew from Sleeping Dogs. It's worth noting that while we know Project Stargate has its sights set on the mountain, we have no idea why it does. I mean, I thought that Stargate was about cognitive research and manifestation. Why spend so much time digging into some random mountain unless... Anyway, Arnold is growing increasingly paranoid. He believes that what he found inside Greylock is putting his life in danger. The markings and artifacts within, it dwarfed every accomplishment of his career. Perhaps it dwarfed the accomplishments of all human anthropologists. Inside the mountains were ruins dating back to pre-colonial Native Americans, Viking, Arabic, ancient Egyptian. The lineage of Greylock devotees seems to span the entirety of recorded human history. No, even older. Signs and traces from cultures that we have no names for. Primarily who dug deep into the mountain, their hearts irresistibly driven to dig deeper still, to look upon whatever it was that drew them there in the first place. Called Cosmic Mysteries. The show is all about our Earth's massive dump truck of a moon. Based on the size of the Earth, astronomers have noted that our moon should be much smaller. The popular explanation for this discrepancy is that a small moon once collided with the Earth and shattered. Countless fragments were ejected back into the vacuum of space, and still countless more were buried deep beneath the Earth's crust. Like a hungry, filthy mites burrowing into a dog's hide, the interstellar splinters in our planetary skin have tainted us. We are not Earth, but a great contaminated by the fetid corpse of another world. The placement of this documentary on the tape suggests this impact as the prime mover of the events at Greylock. Eons of shifting plates raised up spires and forests and mankind itself to erase any evidence of a crater. And it switches to audio from a 911 call. It appears there's been another break. This time, at the home of Dawn Wright, the news anchor from the last tape. If you remember, it ended with Mr. Wright's face being strangely edited. But it appears it wasn't just an edit. It seems to be dead for some time. And the edit we saw previously was a superimposed photo of his ruined face. I can only assume that this is the same tape that many cameras were found in after the break-ins in tape 4. They told us at the moment that everything is getting worse. Arnold comes back to us. Deep in the mountain lie stained altars, red with the life of humans and animals. The ancients came to this place to make sacrifices to the thing living in the ruins, to give gifts, treasures, to worship the monster in the mountain. When Semiodyne came to Greylock for Project Stargate, they brought no offerings. What Semiodyne did was nothing short of a violation. Paul and his crew stumbled into the desecration of something